We love Jack and Greer. They're just joyful people. They make you happy to be around them.
They are very outgoing, gregarious people who get involved wherever they are.
They are so well known in the Roundup River Ranch community. They've worn a ton of different hats, board members, volunteers. Both Jack and Greer are phenomenal at bringing people to the mission. Can't tell you how many new friends that we have through Jack and Greer that have been supportive in so many ways.
I got started at camp with Leah Gore, and Leah worked at Children's Hospital. She was doing a fellowship there in oncology. I was a clinic aide and kind of a patient advocate rep. And first time I arrived to work at camp, everybody was in tutus. And it was quite different for me, still knowing many of those doctors, to see them prancing around camp in tutus.
I first met Jack and Greer when I started in 2017. We were building one of our newest buildings on campus, DJ's Junction. Jack began on the facilities committee and then he became chair. Well, I remember one week during summer camp, they volunteered for the week, and we had just constructed the 2 brand new yurts on campus. And Jack painted the floors of both of these yurts, and it was just amazing. You know, it was super hot, and there he was in there, like painting the floors.
Painting the yurt was one of my duties, that and pulling weeds and picking up rocks and things like that. Grunt work, yes, we call that grunt work.
And I said, for this, he went to law school.
When COVID hit, we couldn't have campers come to camp. We decided to put camp in a box.
During the pandemic, we decided that we could go to camp and build boxes.
Even though it was all virtual, the kids were still divided into cabins with names, with cabin mates, counselors, etc. And they went through projects, art projects, science projects, a campfire.
We would do about 200 or 225 in a 4 or 5 hour period. And we did that 2 to 3 times a week for about the 2 years of COVID. It was endless. And we loved every minute of it.
Jack and Greer, they are great, wonderful, exciting, energetic, gregarious people, and it was very easy early on to become friends of theirs. They had talked to us lots about Roundup River Ranch. That is the theme of their life.
I met Greer and Jack at our very first dinner. They told us about Roundup River Ranch, and we were really touched by that because we have had a grandson with leukemia. We know the pain, the isolation.
You know, the kids, they're constantly reminded of the fact that they're sick. And they get to camp and there's a reason to live. They really live for their families and their friends and their hopes and their dreams. You know, from Paul Newman on down, we're standing on the shoulders of so many people. And it's just a fabulous feeling to know that we're part of that community.
I would just like to thank you, Jack and Greer, for your commitment over the years since I've been here. It's been amazing, and you really set an example for others to follow.
Congratulations, Jack and Greer, on the Superhero Award.
Jack and Greer, thank you for inspiring us, for inspiring your community, and for bringing joy to our campers.
Congratulations, Jack and Greer. Well done.